You're listening to the City World Radio Network. High-definition digital radio broadcasting from the city to the world. www.cityworldradio.com.
We've been chirping for 2 years, believe it or not. We've been chirping for 2 years.
It feels like, oh, I can't even explain how it feels like.
'Cause chirp about it. Wanna know what's on your mind? Yeah. I chirp about it. 2 years.
2 years. Oh, keep on chirping forevermore. Happy birthday. Yeah.
Chirp about it.
Oh, yeah. Chirp about it is. What an intro. Huh? Oh, boy.
Yeah,
what an
happy
intro.
birthday, happy
Well,
birthday,
happy
2
birthday
years
to Chirp
Eve.
About It
2
Live.
years.
Today is, in fact, our second year on the air, so I am very happy about that. Well, thank you very much, Marlene Villafane. That lovely voice is back. Oh, yeah.
I'm here for a beat.
I love it. I love it. I look at that pretty
good,
face,
good to
huh?
be back. It's so great to be back. I'm excited to be back.
Oh, we love
Gracias
you.
a
We
Dios.
love you. I love that face in front of me and that voice, of course. And that great intro, in addition to Marlene, was Mr. Ian Bamberger, the talented and only one. Yeah. Love it. All right, we also have, in fact, we have a spectacular show for you this evening. Before I go on, greetings to the world. You're tuned in to Chirp About It Live. We're broadcasting on the City World Radio Network in the great city of Manhattan, folks. Great city. Again, we have a spectacular show. We have a full house since today is our second anniversary. We have, in fact, maybe 4 different guests who will be on tonight. So we're just going to kind of just flow through the show tonight. We have Mr. Caps in the house. What's up?
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on,
He's
bro?
way over there on the other side.
Hey, listen, this is what we do out
And
here.
you're also
You know
here
what
with a
I'm
partner of yours. Why don't you introduce yourself, sir?
saying? Well, I
Go ahead.
go by the name of Caps, and I'm here with my brother in crime, Mr. Young Flacco.
How you doing? How you doing?
Flacco.
From Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
we're here to chill out with the Chirp crew. Let the folks know that, you know, we do have a YouTube channel that is a hip-hop album review,
Oh, yeah.
vlog. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I
You know,
love
we're
it.
working hard, you know.
Well, you're no stranger onto the show. I'll tell you that much, Caps. We love you here, no question. Love Caps. So, sit tight, folks. We're going to hear a lot from Caps in just a little bit.
Yeah.
We also have an author, book author, Thomas Beleza, who will be on in a little bit as well. We also have the Art Bastard, the return of the Art Bastard, Bob Sanadella. Will be on the show later on to talk about his lawsuit. This lawsuit that he has, this $100 million lawsuit that he has towards the 5 NYC museums. So we're going
That's
to hear
amazing.
a lot. Yeah, we're going to hear a lot from Bob in just a little bit. In fact, we're going to hear a lot from everybody here. We're going to hear everyone chirp about it. Also, folks, if you'd like to call in to wish us well or even have questions for the panel, call 646-690-2976, 646-690-2976. With that, Marlene, I think you have something to chirp about tonight, huh?
Yes, I do. Well, I want to give a shout out
Yeah.
to the magnificent Carol Channing, who she passed away today. Oh. Yeah, she passed 97 years old. She was one of my biggest inspirations growing up, and with Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend from Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and all that. So she's like one of my childhood favorites growing up. So I wanted to say, rest in peace, Carol Channing. We will all miss you. I miss you already. You are stellar to me, and I will always appreciate the work you've put out for Broadway, for performers. She's an amazing spirit. She is. Yeah. I wanted to just give a little bit of a trivia,
Sure.
if I may.
Trivia.
Okay, a little bit of trivia. Some of this is kind of random, unrelated, but then related. Okay, let's talk about schooling. First college in New York City was actually, believe it or not, very first college in Manhattan, King's College. How many have heard of King's College?
Yeah. County of Kings.
Very first one, King's College, was established in 1754. First class is 1754. By the way, we know Trinity Church, right? Trinity Church.
That's right.
Trinity
That's your
Church.
answer.
Right. Trinity Church was I know those are the bells of the church ringing right now. Trinity Church, they chartered, they spearheaded King's College. And Trinity Church used to be the Church of England, chartered by King William III, so it was the Church of England, and then after some time after the Revolution, it was renamed Trinity Church. But they spearheaded King's College in 1754. 8 students, schoolroom next to the church, adjacent, which became, believe it or not, can anybody guess what King's College became? Which college?
Rutgers?
No, keep going. In New York City.
Oh, New York City.
City College.
No, keep going.
Fordham.
Columbia College.
That's it. King's College became Columbia. Yeah, it became Columbia.
Rutgers.
Absolutely.
That's in New Jersey. God damn it.
Rutgers.
I wasn't thinking that Ivy League level, but
No, but Columbia is very, very respected.
absolutely. Very
Super
respected.
respect.
And the
It's an
campus,
Ivy League college.
Yeah, it's and the campus is outrageously beautiful. The campus outrageously
Absolutely.
beautiful. Okay, let's talk about pinball for a minute. Pinball, people. How many like pinball?
I played pinball once or twice.
All right. So pinball, believe it or not, was actually banned in New York City from the early 1940s to 1976 because it was often associated with gambling.
Oh.
Yeah, with gambling.
Fun
How
And-
do you gamble on pinball?
No.
Well,
Right?
a lot of the pinball
Something I'm
machines
missing
came
out
from
on?
Chicago. And some of them, we have a lot of people related to them who are in the mafia from Chicago,
Yep.
and they had a hand in that, somehow a hand in that. Also, LaGuardia, who was as you know, our mayor, he actually spearheaded, he started that ban against pinball machines in the 1940s because he thought that actually kids would be wasting their nickels and dimes and allowances playing pinball. And
Who would
that's
have
it.
thought?
Who would have thought?
thought?
Who knew, right?
Who knew?
Who knew?
I spent my allowance on video games all the time.
Video games, right?
Your own phone.
well,
you could
Miss Pac-Man, that was
Put
my
it-
That
favorite.
was
Pinball
my
back
favorite.
then?
Donkey Kong, Mario, Super Mario
Yes.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Okay, and so in Manhattan, of course, the original pronunciation for Manhattan is Mannahatta. Mannahatta is it? Yes, Mannahatta, which is an old Lenape Indian word, which means land of many hills. Manhattan was very hilly, so it was a very hilly land, and they called it Mannahatta. Mannahatta became Manhattan, and New York became New York in the year 1664 when the British attacked in 1664. They renamed New Amsterdam, New York, after the king's brother, the Duke of York. In fact, he gave his brother, the Duke, Manhattan as a gift.
Yeah.
And
Right.
renamed it after his brother.
Can you imagine
Who
giving
would've-
gifts like that?
Who wouldn't mind? Raise your hand if you don't mind getting a gift of land named after
Please.
you.
My hands are highly raised.
Sign,
yeah.
sign me
Okay.
up. Sign me up. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'll take it.
New Saineville, honey. New Saineville.
Saintville.
New Saineville. And that's about it. That's it for the trivia for
The
now.
trivia by Miss Marlene Villafane.
Wait,
a
so-
lovely
Yes.
one.
King's College is older than the country,
Interesting.
right?
What do you mean? Like
1776, Revolutionary War.
Right.
King's College.
1754.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's
Before that.
Older
Before.
than the country.
Yes.
There's the
Oh, in that way. Yeah.
Would you look at that?
Good look at that, honey. And our government actually began. Federal Hall began here, but before Federal Hall, Philadelphia, the Philadelphia, God, what's the name of it? The convention before had 1774, where the Constitution was actually developed and written.
Wow.
It began in Philadelphia in
That's our
1774.
answer again.
I'm not
the
sure.
doorbell.
1774.
But it was a bunch of Puritans who came in under William
The Philadelphia
Penn, right?
Continental. That is.
Marlene is getting her answers today. No question this evening.
You have to forgive me if I'm getting my words mixed up.
No,
If-
no,
when
with
I-
this doorbell. All right, well, I'll just cover some local topics. You know,
Shall we close the door or no? Shall we close
no, we're good. Hi, hello, Mr. Bob Santarella's here, the yard bastard.
Hey, Bob.
Oh, welcome. All right, today, in fact, marks the 10th anniversary of the Hudson Miracle. If you all recall, 10 years ago, this incredibly talented pilot landed this U.S. Airway airplane in the Hudson River because both engines went out, and no one passed away, no one died, no one was really injured. So that's a miracle.
Scully, right? Captain Scully.
There you go. Yeah.
Sully.
God bless
Sully.
you, Scully.
Sullenberger.
Have some
Sully.
candy. It's a party.
Chesley
silent.
Sullenberger.
There you
Chesley
go.
Sullenberger.
Sullenberger.
Yeah, so today actually
Chesley
marks the
Sullenberger.
10th anniversary. So God bless those folks. God bless this pilot, this talented man who, in fact,
Absolutely.
saved the day. Really saved lives.
So he landed this like farther up, like outside of the bay, like
Yeah.
in between Brooklyn and Manhattan.
And Manhattan.
Right, like in the Hudson River between. That's insane.
Amazing.
Clean, smooth as a.
Amazing. But, there's a total of 155 passengers on that plane, and no one, everyone made it
No
out
one
alive.
died. No.
So God bless this man. God bless these people.
Oh yeah.
So thank God for that. Next week, Martin Luther King Day. So that's a big achievement for everyone, for the world, not only for colored people, for just everyone in general, New Yorkers and across the board. So hand clap for Mr. Martin Luther King
Absolutely,
Jr.
absolutely,
Yep,
absolutely.
we've come a long way. So I'm really proud of that. So the party continues, no question about it. Webster Hall will be returning. I don't know if you guys heard about.
Is
I used to
it?
party at Webster Hall
Is it?
years ago.
Is it?
Yeah, coming back in April this year.
Same
that's
name, or are they going to
great.
change the name?
Same name.
Oh.
Same name. And, I never knew this through research. They used to allow 19-year-olds to enter this club. I never knew that.
When alcohol was legal at like 19 or
I
whatever?
guess up to the time they closed, which they
Oh.
shut down 2017. Am I right, Frank?
Wow.
Oh.
2017 or two years
Yeah,
ago?
but it
roughly?
was like they had the wristbands. So
Okay.
They had the
When you
wristbands,
were
yeah.
underage, you had to. Well, when you were able to drink, you wore the wristband actually, right? And if you were under, you couldn't.
You couldn't.
Ah,
yeah.
never been.
So I don't know if that'll continue, but that's it. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of one
yeah.
club that's closing down is a Highland Ballroom. They're shutting down. In fact,
No.
all these great.
I
places.
worked there.
Did you?
I worked at Highline
Did you
Ballroom.
perform?
Oh.
No, I was an intern. I
Yeah.
helped what do you call it? Interview the crowd and see who they're there to see,
Yeah.
who they want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Highline
sucks,
Ballroom
After
shutting
12
down.
Years, after 12
Wow.
years.
Wow.
They lost a negotiation between the landlords. So, all these great places in the city shutting down. It's just horrible.
Street Cafe.
So is
What-
City Winery.
City Winery,
Winery shutting down.
2020.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of shutting down,
Iconic clubs.
today is the what? What is it, Frank?
Tramps.
What is it?
Tramps.
Oh, Tramps. Yes. Oh, yes. All these great places are just
That's
shutting
a
down.
small
Nels.
venue, man.
Oh,
Still
Nels.
the
Oh,
Remember
my
Nels?
God, Nels. Yeah.
I remember Nels
Great
very
places.
well, of course. Absolutely.
Well, but the city will continue to
Nels.
be a great city no matter
Oh,
what.
yeah.
Speaking of shutdown, the government shutdown is today's the 25th day.
Yeah,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
let's give it to
Shutdown.
Trump, the longest one in the history of our
Oh,
country.
Listen, I said it last week. I don't think this man will budge. So I really think, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi need to renegotiate, because I swear to God, I don't think this man will budge. Just to make a statement. One way, Frank.
For someone like him, he has to think it's his idea. They
Idea,
have to
yes.
leave him an out.
Yeah.
So you heard him. If he backs down, he'll look foolish.
Yep.
He doesn't want to look foolish.
Yeah, that's what it is. So,
He's
and
not
that's the
stupid.
problem.
He
That's
knows
the
what's
danger
right.
of this entire thing. I think he will hold out for a year, just to make a statement.
How much-
Just to
so-
please his ego.
800,000 people, no money for a year, no paycheck.
They're going
I believe he'll do it. I really believe he'll do it.
Unemployment.
Yeah.
There will go his stats.
Yeah, but what happens to the TSA? Like when people want to travel through
Somebody got
airports.
with a gun.
I know that just happened the other day.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse if you don't pay these people.
This man, well, you got to understand who we're dealing with. Do we have a mic for Bob? No. Oh,
Oh.
sorry about
Just a
that.
stretch, just
That's
stretch.
what we get. We have a full house, popular show.
This is Bob talking
I
politics.
just want to say the most important thing about that.
Famous man here
that
on the mic.
the airline pilot, he got on the air and he is staunchly against Trump. He was a Republican and he came and he's now a Democrat. So that's what's more important about him than even the
Landing the
landing
plane.
here. You know?
Oh, Scully.
Oh, from my point of view, anyway.
Captain Sully
Sully, yes.
was a Republican, now a Democrat because of Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
well,
say that
a lot of
more
people
so people
agree.
know that. National hero. Why not?
It's never too late to change, guys. Never too late to change your mind.
Oh, that's very true. All right.
Giuliani did it, looking for the mayorship here.
Yeah, but Giuliani's
That's
He
true.
hopped like crazy.
Yes, he
There were
did.
more parties he would have hopped there too.
Giuliani supports Trump.
That's his lawyer, man. He lawyered up. That's his guy.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That's the head of his defense.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. All right.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. With that, I think it's...
Ripley's believe it or not.
Man, I love this show.
That's vicious. I hope you're listening, Julia.
All right, with that, I think let's not waste any time because we do have a full house and we'd like to give everyone a chance at the mic. So with that, Ian, I think it's about that time to do what we do best. What do you say?
Oh, we trip about
All right, folks, these comments you're about to hear are real comments from real New Yorkers, your mothers, your brothers, your sex partners, your train conductors, your whomever. All right, Ian Bamberger, kick it off.
All right, so the first chirp of the second year anniversary of Chirp About It. Right here. It's from Frankie. Frankie from Sheepheads Bay. Frankie got to say this. I got stopped constantly by tourists in New York City every day asking for directions. Is it something about my fare that says, hey, let's bother this guy? He must have all my answers. Something, my face. Is it something about my face that says, something about this guy, he must have all the answers? Well, maybe, Frankie, you have a great face.
Well, that's true. Every now and then that happens to me. Someone, maybe 3 or 4 people will question me, like, do you know, it's like, what am I doing? Am I wearing a sign that says he knows it all?
When they stop paying attention, worry. Worry, darling, worry. When they ignore you completely 24/7 days a week. Just worry, damn it, worry.
Yeah. That's so deep.
I love it.
Salty,
right. Well,
salty.
Thanks for that chirp, Frankie. Also, folks, if you'd like to chirp about it live, call 646-690-2976. With that, who's up next for a chirp? Oh, we have Mr. Caps. Yeah.
Okay, we got Pedro from the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx.
Yo, what's up, Pedro?
New York City has the best bagels. Knox is the coolest thing to God. Fight me.
Did he say
Pedro
Locks?
from the Bronx. Yeah,
Locks.
Locks.
Smoked salmon, baby.
That smoked salmon.
No, he said if you don't believe that, fight him.
Fight.
That's
Fight
his word.
me.
I'm not even making that up, guys. It's
Fight
on
me.
this piece of paper. I'm not even lying.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Pedro.
Pedro from the Bronx.
Well,
yes,
what
we
do
do
you-
have the best bagels. We do have the best pizza.
That's
it's
right.
not for debate. Pretty much. And if you want to get a little fancy, throw some Knox on there or some smoked salmon.
There we go. There you go. You got your answer from Mr.
Egg
Caps,
bagel,
Pedro.
cream cheese, onion, lox, boom.
There you go. Boom.
Boom.
All right, Flacco, what do you have to chirp about?
All
Welcome.
right. I got Emily from Washington Heights. Just took a shared ride home, and one of the other riders was telling me that he got shot in the chest and lived.
Whoa.
Oh.
His
Wait,
departing,
not on the ride.
Nah, like just telling the story on
Past.
the shared ride.
Oh.
His departing words were, "Be happy, live your best life. You
No.
never know when the end is near."
Oh, that's
Oh,
a great chirp.
my
Yeah,
gosh,
that's a beautiful
that is
chirp.
a deep chirp.
Very
That-
true.
and I totally agree with that
Well, God bless-
100%.
God bless- who's the chirper, by the way?
Emily from Washington.
Well,
Heights.
Emily, she was shot in the chest?
Oh, no, but the shared ride, like who she
Oh,
was in the
okay.
Uber with.
Oh, I got it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a deep conversation.
Miracle.
Yeah, it is.
That's
So
a miracle.
It was a very frightening Uber pool for poor Emily.
Like, who am I sharing a ride with? A gangster? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, a bull's going to start flying
Yeah,
through these
bro.
windows?
Ain't so many of us got stories about getting shot in the chest.
This is New York City for you. I love it.
yeah.
All right, Miss Marlene Villafane.
Okay.
Oh.
This one is from Merlene. Mirlene, as
Hey.
opposed to Marlene. Okay, from the Bronx, del Bronx. Okay.
There you go.
People who lean up against the subway pole during morning commute are the worst kind of human. Okay. Hashtag shame on you. Hashtag only in New York. Okay.
They are the worst kind of humans. You ever see that when people just, it's crowded train and people just, their back is leaned against the pole as if they're like booty, I don't know, like they're like a
they're-
stripper or something like that. And it's just like, other people would like to, excuse me.
Guys,
we
it's
need
some
to
hard
hold on.
times, guys. It's some hard times. Maybe looking for a couple extra dollars.
Listen, I don't know who's worse. The pole huggers or the doormen on every single door. Like, they won't get out the way. Like the worst doorman ever. Like normally a doorman lets you in the train.
right.
You're like this doorman is a blockade.
Yeah,
Like, okay, my $2.75 ain't worth it. I'll just stand out here.
I gotta say
I love
something.
it.
I have to say something. I've been commuting now all the time. I take all the trains and everything. You have performers on the trains all the time. And-
Showtime.
yeah, right. So it's technically not legal, but how come you don't have both pole dancers more, men and women on the trip, men and women, because I'm not trying to pick sides here, but
Being gender
why
equal.
not? Late at night, someone wants to see a show. God damn.
Anywhere,
No,
right?
I'm gonna say it. I'm a busker, and one time this girl started pole dancing with my song.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But she was like
great.
a ballerina with it. She wasn't like sexual.
Oh, it was
She
very
beautiful.
It doesn't
graceful.
have to be
Graceful.
sexual though, but like
graceful. It was
Let's
very
get
graceful.
it. Let's
That
get it,
graceful
New
was
York.
nice.
The
Graceful
dollar
was
and the
nice.
dream, baby. Let's get it out here.
The dollar and the dream.
That's all you need, huh?
Get it out here.
I'm just saying, people trying to make some money and it's performance.
Let's do that. All right, Ian. What do you have? We're gonna do one more round of chirp.
Oh,
Yes.
And then we'll take a break. What do you got, Ian?
So this is more political or an opinion on politics. This is Africa, Afrika from Brooklyn, Africa. And Africa says this: every day, the New York City mayor and Governor Cuomo both give me another reason to move out of New York. Stop bickering with each other and get shit done. Hashtag MTA, hashtag housing.
Amen to that. That's it. Stop
Amen.
bickering with each other and just get shit done. That's right. I love that chirp. Who's the chirper, by the way?
That's Africa from Brooklyn.
Africa. I love that chirp. Keep them coming. Chirpabout.com. All right, with that, what do you have to say about that, Molly?
Well, I have to say that I think the whole bickering thing, believe it or not, I think it's just for entertainment value for some reason. I mean, I think everything has an entertainment value to it.
Yeah.
The gladiators, come on, they killed for entertainment. I mean, they're bickering. It's
So
almost the same.
mayor fights
So-
Governor Cuomo in a
Yeah, I
celebrity
mean, I
death
think
match.
that if it was so boring, then
To the death.
yeah, there has to be some sort of vow to keep people engaged, captivated, to keep them interested, or else they'll lose interest. Why? If we lose interest, you don't need us.
That's true.
You don't need us. So this is our way of keeping you, locked into us.
With
Like, that's-
politics, you're
with
saying.
politics, yeah.
Do we have to be amused by politics? How about just keep things running?
We can.
You know?
That ideally in a perfect world,
Yeah.
but that's what we're striving for. But
I think-
there's things attached to that we have to.
You're right.
I think
you got to
Trump
see through that.
created a lane for that within
Yeah.
politics and the entertainment factor. It's very scary, especially with the lockdown, things like that, and just all these people not getting paid for their services, which is just totally unfair.
It's insane.
But it's extremely captivating just watching this
Yeah.
man, even from the Clemson celebration that he gets them.
He gave them
He gets
Big
them
Macs
Big
and
Macs.
cheeseburgers?
when he was mad at like Steph Curry for not wanting to go after they win the NBA championship, and he's calling him all types of names and whatnot. And here you have this college, they just won their national championship, and how you thank them is like, okay, here, have some burgers and fries.
Absolutely.
It's the
right.
entertainment factor. He definitely he's a step above the rest.
That's
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
In his own way.
I love it. All right, do we have another chirp? Ian, Caps. Let's go.
We got
Caps?
Nancy from Midtown,
All right.
New York.
So it's not Nancy Pelosi.
No. Well, we don't know. We about
Well,
to
it could
find
be
out.
Nancy Pelosi.
Some days I feel bad for people who have never lived in New York City. And other days I realize that those same people don't know the pain of walking full speed into a subway turnstile
Oh.
and feel
Oh, wow.
less,
Wow.
and I feel less bad for them. Speed it up. Listen, one thing you have to learn, tourists, people who just migrated here, we don't have time for you to be taking your time. We got things to do.
That's right.
This is not called the concrete jungle for no reason.
Yeah.
We do not care about your phone call, you taking your selfies. Just swipe the card and go through.
And go
So
through.
I have to say something. I'm kind
Go
of
ahead.
like
Shout out, Nancy. I feel you. I feel your pain.
Nancy. I've been in New York now for a year and a half. I've been traveling in my entire life, but I call myself a Brooklyner. Year and a half. I live by it. I've been taking the A train for a long time, and I've been late to things, and I have gone full speed with insufficient fare into the turnstile. And totally gotten leveled and flipped over to the other side.
Okay.
I have done this, and if you guys saw me, none of you have seen it because you would have been like, "Oh, you're that idiot who did it." But I have done that, and it's terrible, man. You could shatter your pelvis or your hip.
Definitely must have heard.
I love
That's
it.
romantic.
All right, do we have another chirp, Flacco? You have one?
Romantic. That's I'm joking.
That's right. Oh, shit.
Celebrated the
That's
final
romantic.
day of the semester
Romantic.
a little too hard, and somehow ended up at Times Square, Rockefeller Center, St. Patrick's Temple, and a jazz club. The only thing I remember is trying not to puke inside this Uber. Brian, Eastside, and NYC.
All right, so Brian went around the entire
There's
city
entertainment right there. There's
without any
entertainment.
memory, but remembers not to puke inside of the
Yep.
Uber.
They
You
just
know
made
why?
sure.
He doesn't want to pay that fee. There's a fee that you
That's true.
pay Uber.
That's
you know,
true.
they hit your card automatically, maybe 2 or 3 times. I've heard about that. It's a scam. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for that chirp. Do we have one more chirp before we take a break by Mr. Ian Bamberger? All right, going once, going two. All right.
Ian, you want to? You sure?
How about Bob
Okay.
or Bob or Tom? We have Tom. Tom Belazar in the house. Come on, have a chirp. Go ahead and chirp about it, Tom. All right. Do you have a chirp?
Do I have a chirp? Yeah, sure.
Go ahead. Well, let's pass the mic over to Tom for a chirp. Ladies and gentlemen,
Mike.
we have Tom Beleza in the house with us.
Oh, here we go. Jermel from Brooklyn. Sounds like he's been there for more than a year, Ian.
What are you trying to say, Thomas?
Nothing, white guy. All right.
I'm not laughing at this.
Even if I was on Mars, they would know I was from New York City when I opened my mouth and said the swag, hashtag New York swag.
Oh, okay. I get that. Swag. Well, we do have a thing about us.
Is
you know,
that
the way
true?
we-
Is that
I think
hashtag
so.
swag? Ian,
Hashtag
what's your
swag.
hashtag swag?
Yeah, the New York
My
swag.
hashtag
White
swag.
sweater? I mean, nice sweater?
I'm a nice gentleman who is married.
That's
And,
true.
yes.
Oh, you're married, man? I was
I
gonna
love
totally.
Check out this.
Is that you
Hello.
telling me?
Brother?
I'm straight as an arrow, but you're telling me no, is what you're saying.
Thomas.
I don't want to get into it, but if we could definitely.
Bickering.
Bickering.
What
Left
do we
side or
know?
right side of the bed. That's all I
Bickering.
need to know.
Oh, my
Dude,
goodness.
legit.
Legit?
That's my side. So
Legit.
Left
All
side, left side or right side is your
I
side.
take the right side.
Oh, right. Oh, okay, all right.
No.
Every side's the right side if you like it.
Ooh!
I love it.
So smooth.
All right.
So smooth. So quick.
Folks, that was our round of chirps. Hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to hear your chirps live on the show, please go onto my website, chirpaboutit.com. Share your New York moments, thoughts, or opinions. We'd love to hear from you. With that, we're going to take a very interesting break by Mr. Ian Bamberger and come back and speak with our incredible guests. We have a full house, so sit tight and stay tuned. Mr. Ian Bamberger.
Thank you. So,
Yeah.
Before we get into this music, I have to give the biggest shout out to Patrick Saintville, who's been keeping
thank you.
this ship
Oh,
afloat,
absolutely.
and the captain. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Happy birthday, Chirp
Cheers.
about
Chirp
it.
about it. Yep.
That's
Cheers.
right. Yay.
Second, and
Cheers.
many more. Many more.
Salud.
Welcome, yeah.
Salud.
Salud.
Salud. Salud.
Yeah.
All
Cheers.
right.
You're truly a man who brings people together.
Oh,
You know,
thanks.
of any, no matter who you are, you know how to make people comfortable and talk, and have a good time. And that's what the show's about: is to have a good time, talk about the news, talk about the city, but play music, jam. It's awesome. It's been a privilege, and I love being on the show.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you. From day one,
Awesome.
you haven't left my side since, which is great. Love it. And we'll just continue. 2 years will turn into 20.
I never let your side eat, okay? I
Of
never let your
course, I
side
know, of
eat.
course.
All right, don't forget me because I never let your side, and you know I never did, all
Of
right?
course not.
That's what she said. Don't be leaving me out because I don't like that crap.
Nobody's leaving you out, honey.
Hell no, honey.
Oh, Marlene! Hell yeah! Oh my God!
All right, let's take a break. We gotta remain on schedule. We're gonna show the love in just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop some music now. I hit the studio 2 days ago in Long Island, Continental Recording, and this is a song called "Candy Cane Girl." It's a cool little story. If you guys want to sing along when I say "Candy Cane Girl," give it a try. But learn it first as I play it before you just say random stuff.
Don't just jump in.
Yeah, don't just jump in. My candy cane girl, I'll savor the flavor from when I first met you. My candy cane girl, I had to have a taste of everything you are. But your mama don't want me to stay around here anymore. And your father, he wants to lock me away and throw away the key to your door. Woo! My candy cane girl, I savor the flavor from when I first met you. My candy cane girl, I had to have a taste of everything you are.
Ooh,
And your brother
and your brother
wants to knock me out
wants to knock me out.
and drag me through your streets. 'Cause it's your sister.
It's your sister.
Yeah, I couldn't miss her.
I couldn't miss her.
So that is why I'm here today. She's my candy cane girl.
Candy cane girl.
I savor the flavor
Savor the flavor.
of everything she is. My candy cane girl.
My candy cane girl.
I had to have a taste
I had to have a taste.
of everything she is. My candy cane girl. Let's go now.
Candy cane girl.
My 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 candy cane girl.
Yeah.
Woo! Ian Bamberger, Marlene Villafane. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. This is Ed Lemo. Who is Ed Lemo and why should I listen? Ed Lemo is an attorney that is unique in that he gives consumers good, solid information about the law that will help protect them against irresponsible drivers, landowners, and doctors and hospitals who are negligent and cause you harm. Ed Lemo has been representing individuals against insurance companies since 1984. Ed Lemo limits his practice to accident, injury, and medical malpractice claims. You can find out more about me at my website at www.lemolaw.com. That's www.lemolaw.com, or you can reach me at 646-522-9082. So if you're injured in an accident or a victim of malpractice and you need a trial attorney who has experience in the courtroom and gets results, call Ed Lemo at 646-522-9082, or you can reach me at edwardlemo@yahoo.com. Or you can go to my website for further information, www.lemolaw.com. You'll be glad you did. Thank you.
All right, Ed Lemo, great personal injury attorney. Ed Lemo, please check him out at lemolaw.com. Also, the show is brought to you by Chirp Chickens, chirpandchickens.com. Go on to their website, download their app for a huge discount on any meal, chirpandchickens.com. Just mention the show, Chirp About It Live. We also have Accordia Shipping for all of your shipping needs. Please go on to accordiashipping.com.
Accordia Shipping.
They
Yes.
ship anywhere from a pencil to a car to containers.
Oh,
So
wow.
check them out. AccordiaShipping.com. ZipRecruiter. If you're looking for a job, if you're looking for great candidates, go on to ZipRecruiter.com. Don't download their app as well. Just mention Chirp About It Live for a huge discount. And that's that. All right. Great tune, by the way, Ian Bamberger.
Oh, thank you so much, man.
Ian, that song was dope as hell, man.
Tell you,
Appreciate it,
Candy Cane Girl.
Yeah.
Woo.
Very sweet, like
About
sugar.
Dude, who's
Flavor the saver.
Flavor the saver.
Flacco.
That better be the sweetest candy
The dyslexic version.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Slips it up.
Oh, I
It's
love
so
it.
tasty too, just like candy.
There it is.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. Well, that was Flacco you just heard over here. So, Flacco, welcome to Chirp About It Live. How are
Thank
you?
you guys for having me. Congratulations on your 2-year.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you
birthday
very
with
much.
us, man. This
Thank
is
you.
awesome. Man.
Thank you very
Happy to
much.
be
Many
here.
more to come for sure.
Yes,
Thank you. With
yes,
people like
definitely.
you, people like all of you in this place.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I know you're partners with Mr.
Yes,
Caps here, who's,
yes.
who's a
Chirp.
regular on the show.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us what you guys are working on. I know you're podcasting, Caps.
Yes.
You know,
That's
you
the
have your
Sucker Free
music,
podcast.
your hip hop. How's the
yeah.
podcast?
The Sucker Free Podcast is doing excellent. We got 7,000 downloaded episodes.
Oh, beautiful.
Badass.
And counting. We're approaching our birthday next week, Saturday.
Oh, beautiful.
beautiful.
It'll be our year. So,
Right.
you know,
Wow,
that's
congratulations
going well.
on
Shout out to Me, Millmatic,
Oh,
the
yeah.
dawn of 85.
Me,
And
me.
let's celebrate how Carmelo Anthony's not a top 50
Listen,
player.
Mr. Ian has to come with his list next time we come up. So I hope you got it ready. I hope you enjoyed when you were up there. So basically, I've known Mr. Flacco for many, many years.
Yeah, I'm almost
He has
20,
a
right?
YouTube channel as well
Yeah.
called Herbs All In It. And we basically came together and we just talk a lot of mess about hip hop. We've done it our whole life.
Nice.
So he came up with the idea. Maybe we should just do it.
Yeah.
Do an album review.
Is it
Right.
something like Hot 97 or what's the other guy name?
On Power 105. I mean,
yeah.
we actually just posted our first video just talking on just the ins and outs of hip hop.
Mhm.
For the example, like there was like a Dame Dash issue with calling out Jay-Z, trying to pin him alongside with the R.
They're
Kelly
still
scandal.
trying to do that
Well,
to him.
right.
Wait,
right.
why is Jay-Z
But,
part of this?
But because allegedly, like he might have been with Foxy Brown when she was 15, allegedly,
And Christina Milian.
et cetera, et cetera.
Leslie
So,
Arno.
so you have this issue where the focus was on R. Kelly or
Yeah,
whatever in an
and Dame
interview
Dash.
with
Dame-
Nick Cannon.
Oh.
Yes.
And so we
Whoa.
outside of just the reviewing of the albums that we listen to, because like I said, I've known him for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Caps and myself, and I mean we used to take train rides from the city into Brooklyn and sharing CDs. This is back when you had to buy CDs and you're swapping CDs, and he was
Yeah.
always like on a conscious level of the hip hop he listened to. I more just wanted to party and just get girls.
Nothing wrong with that.
Just being honest, I was just young,
You're being
dumb.
honest.
And so all I cared about. So when he's the one that's putting me on to like force me to listen to Tupac Shakur and just hearing his, the message he had to deliver, Guru, Gangstar, things like that. Like Nick was always there. Me, I just loved Noriega and just wanted to just.
Nori.
you know what I mean? I just wanted the street shit.
N-O-R-E.
So I
have a
truly
video.
appreciate like my, he just made me more like my, just expanded my, my view and
Your view, yeah.
of music in itself, mainly the hip hop. So
Yeah.
it just kind of made sense to do something like this with them. Like he said, have a Herbs All In It IRVZ that I do with my wife and 2 kids because she wants to convert to become a vegan, right?
Oh wow.
And she's an amazing cook. So
Yes.
kind of just put it out there. I was like, yeah, it was like I would bring food from home to work, and guys would be like, "Wait, who made the way?" And I was like, "My wife."
Your wife, yeah.
And they didn't believe me. So it was one of these things like a challenge, and I posted a video on Facebook of her cooking, and then that thing just led to like, dude, just start a YouTube channel type thing. And I was like, I don't know, and then just trial and error, just throwing out there, and that we've been doing now for 2 years or so.
And it's been working out.
Yeah, it's
Are
a
you
lot
vegan?
of fun. I like to say we're flexitarians, but I
Flexitarian.
I eat what my wife cooks for me. So when she's on her kicks of like no meat for a week. Who the hell am I?
What do
Beggars
you-
can't be choosers. I ain't eating meat for a week. All right, I don't. I don't poke the bear. You know what I mean? Like whatever she wants to make, and it's always delicious. So that's how that started, and then obviously branched off into doing something a little more fun and creative with Caps, and this is how we got started with this, and it's about 7 months now, I believe.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's why you look so familiar to me. You
Why?
remind me of Tay Diggs a bit.
That's
Yes, you
right.
do.
Very true.
I've
You remind
gotten
me of
that.
Tay Diggs.
I gotten Tay Diggs, Will
Rob
Smith.
Reiner.
Yo, Flock, Tay
Nah,
Diggs
wait,
wish.
wait, Will
Rob
Smith.
Reiner.
Yeah.
Tay
I
Diggs
just
wish
see
he got
Tay.
your gold,
Yeah.
bro.
Rob Reiner.
Tay Diggs wish.
Yeah, Tay Diggs.
Oh,
But,
no, I don't mean it that way.
No, but
yeah,
you know,
that brother's
it's
fat.
In a
to
fitter,
be
in a
honest,
fitter.
Pat,
Fit around.
Hold on, guys.
the channel is basically we're trying to bridge the gap between what the older artists left behind and how it influences, the new artistry now,
Right.
or how it doesn't. And that's how we came up with the idea to start the show and start the channel because the power of the internet. We spoke about this plenty of times when I'm up here.
Yeah.
The power of the internet. You have the opportunity to go do that, to
Yeah.
dig into crates and
Yeah.
and really see if these guys are really reflective of who they say their influences are.
Yeah.
Because, like, my little bro just said, you got to know both sides of the coin. There's nothing wrong with enjoying yourself and, listening to party music, but there's also guys that are bringing very relevant issues to the forefront to people that have
yeah.
no idea, and what better way than music. So
That's true.
we brought that together. We've morphed it. We've did some little changes to, counteract, because last year we had so many projects that were put in the forefront. So, we're doing that, doing the vlog more. We're going to be putting more material on there, and it's kind of like the hip hop version of the Sucker Free podcast, to be honest with you.
All right, love it.
I gotta drop a question.
All right. Do we have time? All right, go quickly.
Quickest
we have to
question.
Get Bob in.
Best hip hop rock collaboration. What would you put above Aerosmith, Run DMC, Walk This Way?
Everything.
Get the fuck out of here.
Rock and roll. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not even one of my favorite songs from Run.
No, I'm saying cross genre, like two bands from different genres.
You know what I like?
Yeah.
What was the Method Man and Lincoln? Method Man and Limp Bizkit.
What's it all about?
Yeah,
With DJ Premier
that was
the
pretty
producer.
dope.
That was dope.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
For that
Limp
time.
Bizkit, Fred Durst, man.
Yeah, that Method and Fred was pretty cool. That was enjoyable for both sides, I feel.
I like that.
99
I love
Problems
that.
was another one
That
too.
was yes.
Say that again.
But that
99 Problems with
was a sample of
See, but my
rock, but
favorite-
more like the actual rock artist.
Right.
I think right. That's what you're gearing to, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Like
artist,
super rock band.
Yeah. So I would say that would be
maybe Limp Bizkit. Maybe Imagine Dragons with Kendrick was dope too.
Ooh.
We're gonna leave that. Well, let's get Bob Citarella on the mic here before we're pressed for time. All right, Bob. Bob Citarella, also known, a.k.a. as the Art Bastard, very famous artist in New York City. Welcome back onto the show, Bob.
All right.
I've been using your.
This is what we get.
It's
We
sort
get
of
a
an
full,
anniversary for me, also
thank
for
you.
a couple
Thank
of
you.
reasons. One, the movie Art Bastard, which has now been nominated and accepted for the International Film Festival.
Beautiful.
New York
for that. Yeah.
It'll be New York City on February 28th. So,
Very cool.
you know, check it out, The Art Bastard. And as an Art Bastard, I was the first artist to sue the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Whitney Museum of American Art, the Museum of Modern Art, the Solomar Guggenheim Museum, and the New Museum for Contemporary Art. And this lawsuit has made the awareness of people all ages that the corruption in the way that art is chosen and one-man shows and this kind of thing has all been written about in Hyperledger. Just did a great article, and they and they've all been supporting me. In the beginning, the lawyers for the museum said this was a baseless show. It was a stunt. It was this, that, the other thing. This a year later. And they're still giving me a chance to find discovery. But I found a lot of discovery on the way. And that is chandelier bidding, that they've got the people who are on the boards of museums. They actually pick. They actually have they pick the kind of art they have in their house and go over the heads of the so-called curators, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, a lot of discovery on the way. To this show, and I only found out on the way here that I'd been accepted in the for Art Bastard at the International Film Festival.
That's
awesome, man.
So
Congratulations.
you're wearing a King's hat, and I feel like I could.
hat. Well, I should pass it on to you. You know,
but this show has brought me luck because the first time I came,
Nice.
that was when I went to St. Patrick's Cathedral with my painting of crucified Santa Claus.
yeah, that's right.
And,
we spoke about
that was the.
That's a cool
that was,
tattoo. I would get that as a
That caused
tattoo.
a little commotion.
controversy on that.
And they figured that was it for the year. But then I sued the 5 museums. They're like,
Yeah, baby.
Hey, cops,
So-
he crucified Santa Claus. I'm trying to detain him.
No, hey, listen. Why not?
some of us older guys are out there doing the hard work that younger kids should be doing. They're afraid to do it.
That's right.
I teach them at the Art Students League to be radical and to be as radical as possible. That's what you have to be in the art world today.
Yeah.
And take on all the top pins there. All the top people are just as corrupt in the art world as you are on Wall Street. Maybe more. On Wall Street,
Or in government.
I consider them the kind of crooks that I kind of, they're honest crooks, but when you hide behind art, which is supposed to be the thing above the gutter,
Right.
That's where I draw the line.
Do you see any change in that, though? Because it always seems to be like there's always some entity that always discourages creative and innovative people, and they don't ever get a platform to, like, put their stuff out there. Like, how do you think we get to that point?
Hey, I've been doing it for 50 years, and I sued 5 museums to get. And I had to say it was an extreme
rock and roll, baby?
extreme measure. You know,
You've got a lot of chutzpah, I tell you.
but I kept it down to 5 to 5
To
museums.
5 only.
I
Just
didn't
to 5.
Yeah, I didn't sue the Brooklyn Museum.
But you didn't do that.
Not yet. Not yet. I have.
Oh, y'all next. You better shape up. You get shipped in. That's how that go.
I love it.
Yeah, baby.
Only 5. All right. Oh, man, I tell you, I love this show. I crack up so much on this show, Chirp about it. All right, before you get off, Bob, you have a pencil that I'd like you to pass on. Well, I have 2 here.
Oh, I have more. I've upgraded what I've got.
Really?
I got a
all right, grab
special
that.
present.
In the meantime, why don't you pass the mic over to Mr. My good friend, Thomas Belezza.
Hey, Thomas.
Hey, can we have a moment of silence for 7 minutes?
7 minutes. And the show will be over by then.
Listen, I have 2 things to say before we start into whatever hoopla we go into. Ian, first of all, Anthrax with Run DMC, I'm the Man, blows
That's cool shit.
that song away.
All right, fair
You're
enough,
like,
man.
Aerosmith doing nothing but covering someone else's stuff.
Historic, but would Anthrax have done it without them?
That's
if
5
they
white guys
the way?
playing blues and then turning it heavier by just putting distortion on. They're a blues band. Listen to their first 3 albums. It's all blues.
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Rock,
Okay.
Yeah, so they're not even a rock band.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
And I'm a huge Aerosmith fan.
Okay,
That's what
cool.
I'm
Okay, so we're just
except
getting
for
into
any music they wrote.
genre specifics here.
Genre.
The only other thing, my other thought is, what's hip hop?
No, hip-hop.
Hip-hop rap. You want to answer that, Cap?
Hip hop is a culture of graffiti, MCing, DJing.
Good question.
See, I thought it was something that happens to you when you turn like 60 or 70. Your hip
It was a combination.
goes and you start hopping.
You hop, your hip
Yeah,
sag.
you hip,
dude.
you hop,
It was
you
a
don't stop till your hip.
a
You hop,
combination of
you
those
don't
four
stop.
Of the breaking.
Don't push me, because I'm close to the edge.
DJing and MCing.
And
I'm
MC,
trying not to
those
lose
4
my
things.
head here, guys.
And
Fucking
rapping.
love it.
Rapping.
Yes, we did.
Well,
Just
I
last
rap
year,
all
the
the
40th
time.
anniversary for
I
hip
rap
hop.
it before I make
rapping,
love.
MCing.
40th anniversary last year for hip hop.
For hip-hop, yeah.
Really? How long has it been around for?
I love
Wait, what was historically? What's the first album to be labeled as hip hop?
Oh, the band, Sugar,
Hill
yeah,
Gang.
yeah. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the
That's
edge.
Flash.
That's great. Who's?
I'm
Yeah, they all look alike.
about to lose my head.
Eighth Wonder was the
That's what I was
first song.
It
singing.
makes me wonder
Wasn't
why
that?
people going under.
You're right.
Grandmaster
'Cause I'm
Flash
going
and the
under.
Furious 5. That was
Is that
like
what
the
it
first quote unquote like hardcore hip hop record.
Wasn't it Africa Bombada?
Sugar
No?
Hill
Planet Rock
Gang.
was after
We
Sugar
call
Hill
it
Gang.
African American now.
Sugar
Sugar Hill Gang.
Sugar Hill Gang.
was the
Gang.
first
Really the
like
Sugar Hill Gang.
album, but they kind of like ripped off a bunch of people too.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the sampling came from
they sampled,
artists
yeah, they-
before.
Actually,
a lot of hip hop
major sampling was done by the Beastie Boys, and that's why we
They
have
did
the
a lot of that,
that's
yeah.
why we have the copyright infringement law now.
which is good I
because
support
they
that.
were taking Van Halen stuff and making money off
There's a lot of Def Jam artists though. That whole label, there was a lot.
No,
of,
they all can hear, right?
Yeah,
they weren't deaf.
No,
I don't understand this slang. These people. I like that he's like CDs. I grew up with no, forget cassettes. I had
Man, I
the
wish I
DAT
had more
tapes
mics in
and
place.
you had to pull on wire just to hear music. It was crazy.
Oh my god!
I love Tom.
Insane.
How they imagine? Look, think about how they used to edit movies before. Bums. You had to actually take.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, wow.
Yeah. We only
How
got.
long did that take for you to
We've
cut
come
that
a long
and
way.
And it had to be just right.
Now, in my youth, we didn't even edit movies
There's
because
cuts.
you got one take.
Cuts there.
It was black and white.
And that was
Nobody
it.
talked.
I mean,
You had a piano player with it.
Oh, it was a mistake. Let's do it again. Where's
couldn't
that
even
piece?
imagine.
Oh, piece
I
by
love it.
piece, those things.
Thomas,
Oh.
so how have you been, by the way? You haven't
Me?
been on in a while.
I know. I recently passed away, so
My piece.
I'm making
Oh,
I'm making a visit.
How is she? She.
She is good. I
She's
hold her
good.
up against the wall, and I read her constantly.
Yeah.
No, the book's doing all right. It's selling all right. Getting a lot of reviews. I got like 30 reviews on it, all 5 stars.
Beautiful.
I didn't have to make 30 accounts, so it was nice.
This is the best book I've ever read.
Yeah, Actually, one of my closest friends was like, "I wrote a review for you, man. I know I told you 2 weeks ago I'd get it, but I wanted to put some thought into it." And I was like, "Great." I look at it, it goes all heart.
All heart.
I was like, and I was like, there's several
Well.
on here. I don't even know these people, and there's these
All
long
heart.
paragraphs of like, I really like the existential aspect of, and I'm like, I don't even know what these words mean. I want this person to be my friend, but whatever.
Tell us about your website. Make a right left there.com.
No. That is not my website. It's make a right left
Here. Okay.
.com.
All right, there we go.
Yeah,
Here.
it's my personal website because, if I tell you, go to Thomas J. Beleza, you're going to first think J is J-A-Y,
Right.
which it's not, and Beleza, you're going to be like, what?
Oh.
So I make it a slogan,
Yeah.
make a right left here, and I go, do you have what it takes to make a right left here?
I love that.
So it becomes something you memorize, and it's, I'm a marketing guy. That's I teach people how to be successful, so marketing is a part of that. And, I live by my rules. Though you can go to thomasjbeleza.com. But that's not what I market because you can't spell it,
Yeah.
It's like, what's Ian's last name?
Bamberger.
Okay.
Bamberger.
Anyone in this room that
Yeah,
doesn't know
class
him,
it up,
spell
that's
it.
right.
It would be the worst.
I get the former Macy's place, the former
Bamberger.
Macy's department stores.
But it,
how
would,
people know
but it would be different,
You're-
so like
you're
even
related to
Ian is
him. You are
difficult,
related.
as a name. So
you are related
you
to
have
Louis Bamberger.
Distantly.
Distantly related.
Yeah.
I am
yeah,
distantly related to Jesus, but not the one that the Jews know.
Well, here's a lovely picture of you as
That's me as Jesus.
that's him.
Oh, it disappeared.
Lovely
Disappeared,
picture.
disappeared.
Oh, it did?
I
Yeah,
love
well,
Messiah.
I would say at a time, with the whole, how they're saying there's a crisis at the border and they're like really checking people. So Jesus just recently tried to go from Mexico to America, and I don't know if you heard about this in the news.
Oh,
No, he went to give his passport. They're like, oh, so, let me have your passport. And they're like, hey, Zeus. And he goes, no, that's the Greek god.
oh boy.
Thomas! There's something else, Thomas. All right.
He's here all
Hey.
week, guys. He's here all week.
We're having such a great time. This is a
there's
beautiful
a
birthday
bed.
party. I love it. Chirp about it live. Hey,
I'm using
Bob,
that.
you have some pencils. I'd like you to pass them around. Since we're on the, Thomas is on his jokes, I'd like you to get on top of your joke as well. Oh, thank you very much.
Art
Oh,
Bastion.
the Outback. Oh, there we go. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Only at this show do I hand these out.
Oh, nice.
The reason I was asked back is because...
Is this lead?
I saw this.
Shove this pen. That's funny.
Oh my god.
Is this
you
a
won't
pun?
fool me
Is this
twice.
a pun?
You won't fool me twice.
This is the dopest pencil I've ever seen in my life. I think if I had these at school, I would have been... Forget it.
To be honest, it says shove this pencil up your ass. But after last night, I don't think it would stay. Oh, I had a big poo. I ate a lot of Mexican. You guys are perverts. That's all I'm saying.
He's a bad man.
man.
There's
I love
nothing
it.
wrong with pegging, but when Peggy pegs you, that's an alliteration.
Listen.
How'd you come up with this idea about this pencil, Bob?
I like this brown.
I can't ever figure it out. I was sitting at the Broom Street Bar 20 years ago.
Hold on, let's get you a mic here. All right, there we go.
We need a
Please, we
mic
need to hear
here.
you. We must
Who
hear
knows
you.
where ideas come from? All I know is that I was sitting next to some guy, and I said, what would you think if I had a pencil that said, shove this pencil up your ass? And he said, do it. and everyone I've ever given this pencil to, almost everyone, has actually enjoyed it, So this.
enjoy
today,
doing
I want
it.
to tell you something else. I have another surprise for.
The color is right.
All right, we got
the color
flashlights
is
here.
right. The color
Here,
is
here you go. This is here.
All right, shove this flashlight light up your ass. Okay, you can light up your ass with a flashlight. I'll tell you, Bob.
I would have handed this to every
And
teacher.
these could really be helpful when you're finding your keys and stuff like that.
You can really find your way through a hole with this flashlight. All right, Jade, how many more minutes do we have here? We're having so much fun. Oh, one more minute. All right, so let me just close out the show. We're having such a great time, and it sucks that we're only on for an hour, but that will change eventually. First off, I'd like to thank everybody, most importantly, most of all, our listeners, the audience, which is growing week after week. Thank you very much for tuning in every week, supporting the show, Chirp About It Live. And, of course, my panel, my lovely panel, Marlene Villafane, who's been here. Oh, my God, I love you so much, Marlene.
I love you too.
You're an
Happy
angel.
birthday. I'm very happy to be back. I
Ian
missed
Bamberger.
you all. I missed you all. My
Yeah.
partner in crime right there.
Yeah.
You,
Ian
Ian Bamberger.
Oh, yeah.
Speak now.
Ian Bamberger, man, I gotta tell you,
Bamberger.
you're
Speak
great.
now.
You're great.
Speak
You're
now.
wonderful. Tom Beleza, always
thanks.
a pleasure to have you on. All right, Bob Cinderella. Sorry about that.
Call me Cinderella. It's okay.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming
Cinderella.
on.
Cinderella.
Flacco and Cap, thank you for coming on. We got to do this
Thank
again.
you.
We're having
Thank
such
you.
a great time.
Thank you for
All
always
right,
having
Jay,
us, man.
thank you very much, folks. Please
Cinderella.
tune in next week, same time, same place. In fact, next week is my birthday, so tune in again for another party.
Cheer, cheer.
All right, City World
32,
Radio
right?
Network. Yeah.
Y'all listening to Sky's Crescent Radio, and here's what's coming up. On the first Sunday of the month, we have the Poet Podcast with Dale Novella. On the second Sunday